Aspen, Jackson Hole, Park City. The names everyone knows when they think mountain retirement. Six-figure property taxes, seven-figure home prices, billionaires pricing out millionaires. That's the story we've all been sold about living in the mountains after you clock out of the workforce for good. Except here's what the real estate industrial complex doesn't advertise. While everyone's fixating on those Instagram famous peaks, an entirely different migration is happening. Retirees with actual financial sense are bypassing the status symbol towns and moving to places where a median home costs less than a used Lamborghini, and the state government isn't treating your 401k like an ATM. We're talking 20 mountain towns across the country where housing is still affordable, state tax codes actually work in your favor, and you don't need a trust fund to enjoy clean air and hiking trails. From South Dakota towns where homes sell for under $170,000 to Colorado Springs where the property tax structure rewards you for aging, these are the places smart retirees are quietly staking claims. Deadwood, South Dakota. The Black Hills, where you can buy a house for what most people spend on a luxury SUV. Deadwood homes average $168,000. South Dakota has zero state income tax. Your pension, your IRA withdrawals, your 401k distributions, the state takes nothing. For someone pulling $80,000 a year from retirement accounts, that's $4,000 to $6,000 staying in your pocket annually compared to states with income tax. Black Hills National Forest wraps around the town. Terry Peak offers downhill skiing. The history tourism infrastructure from Deadwood's Wild West past means restaurants and entertainment exist year-round. Casino gaming revenue funds local infrastructure so services stay solid despite the tiny tax base. Mountain Home, Arkansas. The Ozarks, where the cost of living calculation gets simple because the numbers are just low. Median home price sits at $224,906. Annual cost of living runs $34,449. If you're pulling average Social Security benefits around $23,000 a year, that covers 2/3 of your non-housing expenses before you touch retirement savings. Arkansas doesn't tax Social Security income either. Mountain Home sits on multiple lakes, Norfolk, Bull Shoals. The outdoor recreation is water-based instead of altitude-based, but the effect is the same. Fishing, boating, hiking trails through Ozark terrain. The cost structure means retirees here maintain financial cushion instead of scraping by. Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania. The Pocono Mountains, where Pennsylvania's tax code creates an arbitrage opportunity most retirees miss. Median listing price runs $331,000, not the cheapest on this list. Here's the mechanism. Pennsylvania doesn't tax most pensions. It exempts 401k distributions. It exempts IRA withdrawals. The state has income tax on paper, but for retirees living off retirement accounts, the effective rate approaches zero. A retiree pulling $60,000 annually from a pension saves $3,000 to $4,000 every year in Pennsylvania versus a state that taxes that income at 5%. The $331,000 purchase price gets offset fast when your income stream is permanently protected. Jim Thorpe maintains genuine historic charm. Victorian architecture, the Lehigh Gorge Scenic Railway, actual town character that predates modern real estate investment cycles. Tryon, North Carolina. The foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains where the elevation moderates without going full alpine. Tryon markets itself as the friendliest town in the South, but the equestrian culture here is legitimately unique. The town maintains Bryan Park, Foothills Equestrian Nature Center, Harmon Field, green space and riding infrastructure that attracts active retirees focused on outdoor hobbies. The winters stay mild because the foothills position keeps temperatures warmer than higher elevations. That translates to lower heating costs, reduced utility bills year-round. North Carolina doesn't tax Social Security, but does tax other retirement income. Tryon's appeal is climate optimization and lifestyle specificity. Location near the North Carolina-Virginia border provides driving access to Greensboro and Raleigh for services the small town can't provide. Black Mountain, North Carolina. Just outside Asheville, where proximity to a major regional hub drives the entire value proposition. Average home value runs $470,360. North Carolina taxes retirement income from 401ks and IRAs fully. Social Security gets exempted, but everything else is fair game. So why move here? Asheville, immediate access to a city with actual cultural infrastructure, specialized dining, regional medical facilities, year-round events, art scene. Black Mountain functions as the affordable Asheville suburb for retirees who want mountain views and small-town living but need the services of a real city within 10-minute driving distance. Recent data shows home prices dropped 21.3% compared to the previous year, potentially creating an entry window. Chattanooga, Tennessee. The Tennessee River Gorge, urban infrastructure meeting mountain recreation. Chattanooga functions as a regional anchor city providing metropolitan services with outdoor access. Tennessee imposes zero state income tax, complete protection of pensions, 401k distributions, IRA withdrawals, Social Security, investment income. The state also provides property tax relief programs for low-income elderly and disabled homeowners. Chattanooga delivers the optimal blend for high-income retirees in the Southeast. Zero tax burden on distributions combined with city-level medical facilities, cultural venues, airport connections, and daily life infrastructure. The recreational access includes river trails and gorge climbing, plus proximity to the broader Appalachian Mountain System. Butte, Montana. Montana gets expensive fast in the trophy towns. Bozeman, Missoula, Whitefish, those markets are cooked. Butte is the exception, the affordable Montana entry point that hasn't been discovered and ruined yet. Average home value sits at $275,394. Montana does have state income tax with a progressive structure, so it's not offering the zero tax shield of neighboring states. But the purchase price savings are massive compared to the rest of Montana. You're looking at $200,000 to $400,000 less than the famous names, and that capital difference funds a lot of annual tax bills. Butte sits in genuine Montana landscape, the dramatic Continental Divide scenery, mining history giving the town character instead of generic resort blandness. Hamilton, Montana. The Bitterroot Valley, wilderness retirement for people who prioritize outdoor access over tax optimization. Montana's progressive income tax structure applies, placing Hamilton in the moderate tax-friendly category. The financial trade is clear, accepting higher annual tax burden in exchange for premier wilderness access. The Bitterroot Mountains provide year-round recreation, hiking, fishing, hunting, backcountry skiing. Hamilton attracts retirees for whom mountain wilderness is non-negotiable and tax efficiency is secondary. If you're moving for the mountains first and the money second, Hamilton delivers the genuine article. Pahrump, Nevada. The Nevada Desert Foothills, an hour from Las Vegas. Median home price around $350,128. Annual cost of living at $44,349. Nevada has zero state income tax. Complete income protection, pensions, investment accounts, Social Security, capital gains from property sales, all untouched by state taxation. The financial calculation shifts here. You're not chasing the absolute lowest cost of living. You're eliminating the perpetual annual tax burden on distributions. For affluent retirees pulling six figures from retirement accounts, Nevada's tax shield saves tens of thousands annually. The location provides dry desert climate for people who want year-round sun without humidity. Proximity to Las Vegas means airport access and specialized medical facilities are within driving range. Cloudcroft, New Mexico. The niche climate refuge town. Cloudcroft exists almost entirely as an escape from lower elevation southwest heat. The high altitude provides temperature relief, creating comfortable summers when Phoenix and Albuquerque become uninhabitable without air conditioning running constantly. New Mexico's moderate tax structure applies. Partial taxation of retirement income with senior deductions, 0.72% property tax rate. The financial case isn't about tax optimization, it's about climate optimization translating to lower utility costs and year-round comfortable living. Retirees here are prioritizing daily temperature comfort over financial fine-tuning. Taos, New Mexico. High desert mountains. Taos, artistic and cultural hub, genuine community identity predating the modern tourism economy. Median listing prices in the county area run $599,000. New Mexico taxes retirement income but provides deductions up to $8,000 for taxpayers 65 and older. Taos maintains Holy Cross Medical Center. For a semi-isolated mountain town, local access to a recognized medical facility matters enormously. High-altitude, rural locations often force retirees to drive hours for specialist appointments or surgical procedures. Taos provides on-site care infrastructure, reducing the healthcare logistics burden. The cultural scene is real. Art galleries, music festivals, food culture that sustains year-round interest. Prescott, Arizona. Central Arizona Ponderosa Pine Country, where the property tax structure creates the long-term financial edge. Arizona's effective property tax rate runs 0.44%, the lowest in the nation. A $500,000 home generates $2,200 in annual property taxes. Compare that to states with 1% effective rates where the same home costs $5,000 annually. Over 30 years of retirement, that's an $84,000 difference in total property tax burden. Arizona doesn't tax Social Security income. Other retirement distributions face a flat 2.5% state income tax. Low, but not zero. Prescott maintains mild climate year-round. The elevation provides temperature moderation without extreme winter cold. Lower utility costs from moderate climate add to the property tax savings. Pagosa Springs, Colorado. The San Juan Mountains Natural Thermal Springs, resort town amenities. Average home value sits at $571,841. Colorado's effective property tax rate runs 0.50%. Very low. More importantly, Colorado exempts 50% of the first $200,000 of home value from property taxes for residents 65 and older. A $570,000 home normally generates $2,850 in annual property taxes. The senior exemption removes $100,000 from assessed value, dropping the bill to $2,350 annually. That's $500 in savings every year for life. The high purchase price functions as an investment that buys down future operational costs. You're paying more upfront to lock in permanently lower annual expenses once you hit 65. Woodland Park, Colorado. The Front Range town locals call the city above the clouds. Positioned near Pikes Peak with direct access to Colorado Springs. The location provides mountain serenity without deep backcountry isolation. Colorado's senior property tax exemption applies here just like Pagosa Springs. High purchase price gets offset by recurrent annual savings once you hit 65. Proximity to Colorado Springs provides medical facilities, airport access, retail infrastructure. The elevation delivers mountain climate and scenery while maintaining connection to urban services. For retirees who want mountains but can't risk full isolation from infrastructure, Woodland Park threads that needle. Cody, Wyoming. Gateway to Yellowstone, iconic western town, absurd levels of natural beauty within day trip distance. Cody operates under Wyoming's tax structure, 0 state income tax, 0.58% effective property tax rate. That combination creates one of the most financially robust retirement structures available. A retiree pulling $100,000 annually from retirement accounts pays 0 state tax. A $400,000 home generates $2,320 in annual property taxes. The location provides year-round access to wilderness recreation. Yellowstone proximity means world-class landscape and wildlife without needing to travel. The town maintains Western cultural infrastructure, rodeos, museums, genuine cowboy heritage instead of manufactured resort theming. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Northern Idaho Lake Country, where the median home price hits $535,000. Idaho doesn't tax Social Security and provides property tax reductions for seniors through circuit breaker programs. The state qualifies as tax-friendly, but the high purchase price demands justification. The justification is healthcare infrastructure. Coeur d'Alene connects to a regional medical network including Northwest Specialty Hospital in Post Falls and Multi-Care Valley Hospital in Spokane Valley, Washington. Both facilities sit within 31 miles. That proximity eliminates the primary risk of mountain retirement: medical isolation. The high cost is the insurance premium against healthcare isolation. Sandpoint, Idaho. Lake Pend Real, Northern Idaho Wilderness, premium outdoor recreation access. Median home price runs $594,000. Lakefront properties push even higher. Idaho's tax-friendly status applies, no Social Security taxation, property tax relief for seniors. But the high price demands buyers with significant capital who prioritize specific lifestyle elements over affordability. Sandpoint attracts retirees seeking pristine lake access, year-round outdoor sports, and northern wilderness aesthetics. The premium reflects limited lakefront inventory and sustained demand from buyers willing to pay for exclusivity. This isn't a value play, it's a lifestyle first choice for people with capital. Ogden, Utah. The Wasatch Front, where mountains meet actual metro infrastructure. The Ogden Clearfield area shows median sale prices around $473,231, though listings appear in the $389,000 range depending on neighborhood. Utah taxes Social Security income and retirement distributions. The state falls into moderate tax friendliness. But Ogden provides something isolated mountain towns can't: comprehensive urban services, medical facilities, cultural venues, international airport access, big box retail, specialized services for aging adults. These aren't luxuries when you're in your 70s and medical needs escalate. The price variation across neighborhoods means opportunities exist for buyers willing to research specific areas. Boone, North Carolina. High Country, North Carolina, home to Appalachian State University. Median listing price hits $699,000, the highest on this list. North Carolina taxes retirement income fully outside of Social Security. The high price and unfavorable tax structure mean Boone demands serious financial justification. That justification is the university. College towns provide year-round cultural stability, intellectual engagement opportunities, lower crime rates, built-in community infrastructure. For educated, active retirees who prioritize ongoing learning and social connection, university town amenities justify premium pricing. Boone offers high-elevation Blue Ridge scenery combined with lectures, performances, sporting events, and academic community. Staunton, Virginia. The Shenandoah Valley, historic mid-Atlantic town providing mountain-adjacent living without western altitude extremes. Virginia qualifies as tax-friendly, providing significant deductions on retirement income and completely exempting Social Security from state taxation. Staunton functions as the fiscally superior East Coast alternative to North Carolina mountain towns. Virginia's better income tax treatment creates long-term savings that North Carolina doesn't offer, despite similar geography and climate. The town maintains historic architecture and cultural heritage. Shenandoah National Park provides mountain recreation access. The pattern across these 20 towns is consistent. The long-term tax environment matters more than the purchase price. A $100,000 difference in home price amortizes over 30 years of retirement into relative insignificance. A 5% annual state income tax on retirement distributions compounds into six-figure burden over that same period. The retirees moving to these towns understand the calculation. They're trading Instagram-famous zip codes for financial sustainability. They're choosing complete income protection in South Dakota over marginally prettier views in California. They're leveraging senior property tax exemptions in Colorado to buy down future expenses. The quiet migration isn't driven by people who couldn't afford Aspen, it's driven by people smart enough not to try.